Hey y'all, test. All right, sweet, looks good. Our stream announcements out. Underway. Been a couple weeks again. We don't quite have a game yet, but I assume we'll get one in a moment. The new arena season is kicked off. It's up to draft 9, which isn't necessarily my preference. But you know, you get what you get. Um, Getting pretty hyped for WBC. We're 2 weeks out, which is pretty wild. It's basically, yeah, 2 weeks from now, I'm driving out to Pennsylvania and gaming for a week plus straight. So yeah, really looking forward to that. Um, Doing final schedule guesses as to what I actually want to play while I'm there, which yeah, I have all sorts of all sorts of mess going on in there, but yeah, I mean at this point the main things like I'm probably gonna play San Juan, Agricola, Five Tribes, Beyond the Sun, St. Pete, Acquire, Santa Fe Rails. Might fit in some Amon-Ra. Like, it all depends on how well the early part of the week goes and where things blend. I'm trying to play Diplomacy in the back half of the week. Fit some other games in there. We'll see how we do. Yeah, what else is up? Not a ton. Life chugs along at a, plenty fast enough pace. We're already into July. Um, but yeah. Yeah, I have some time off today, so that part's nice. Sneak a little Agricola in here. Um, I I got one. Looks like a couple people want to unban Informant and Guest Room. Personally, I'm also largely okay with that, but also like I'm also okay with Guest Room and Informant being banned. It's not really that big of a concern to me. Given the new season started, we're kind of like at a bad point. Generally, we try not to change things during a season, so I kind of doubt there'll be any change. Um, yeah, this is why I don't always start the stream until I have a game. I was hoping the game would kick off by now, but we shouldn't have to wait too long. But um, yeah, I don't know. I should be practicing Draft 7 Agricola is what I should really be doing. Or no, we playing Draft 8 at WBC nowadays. Maybe that's what I should do. I should should oh, and there's the game. Just as I say, I have to keep blabbing and don't have a thing. We have a game. Don't super recognize the names, but again, I don't play enough to recognize everybody. What are we playing this year at WBC? What we playing? I think we're playing Draft 8. Draft 8. We're going to use all the decks, use the ban list. Yep, Draft 8. Okay, cool. Sweet. All right, we're 4-seat. Haven't been 4-seat for a while, so that's fine. Gotta put through with the 4-seat games. How good is the table? We at least have good rep. We've played quite a bit, and 462. All right, pretty good. Farming fan, 12 games, 315. Yeah, I was about to say this is going to be an alt account. Cool. early alt account for the new arena season. Why not? So they're probably pretty freaking good, but also they need an alt for reasons. This player's played a decent a bit, not as highly rated, but still pretty good. So we have a bit of an advantage. Opening pack, there are some cards. My gosh. Okay. Um. So there's a carpenter parlor. There's a loom. There's a breed registry. There's a house steward carpenter parlor. Like, there's a cultivator. There's an acquirer. There's a basket carrier. That's a lot of good cards. A lot of good cards. New arena season hype and a strong starting pack. Yes, quite a strong starting pack. I mean, draft 9 will slightly lead to that, but also, yeah, just. Anyhow, I think we have to take the carpenter's parlor. We don't actually have to take the house steward. Somebody else might take it and play it, but we kind of have to take carp parlor. The question is if we take a basket carrier or an acquirer, and not acquirer here. Again, acquirer has more niches. This is not the game for acquirer. Cultivator is also like quite strong for like mid game stuff, but I think we take basket carrier. Basket carrier is very good. It gives us some extra read that we want to build rooms with. The grain, hopefully we can find a way to turn that into food. And also, like, if we wind up not using the basket carrier, you know, so be it, right? But basket carrier, very good. This is a lot of food desired, so if we can find stuff that helps with food, that would also be great. Generally, I like Stone Sculptor, but Stone Sculptor, when I have a carp parlor, a little less good. Kettle is a good way to turn grain into food. I mean, you want even more grain, so that is the thing. But Kettle is almost certainly the pick here. These miners are relatively weak. Well, actually, Lynchette is also quite powerful, but Kettle is so good. Kettle enables us to turn grain into food so easily. So now anything that helps us get grain or food is also pretty good. I don't mind Carter here if we actually get to grow relatively quickly. This is pretty good. I don't actually hate Sculptor. Although, how often am I taking stone in order to get stuff? Again, normally I like stone sculptor, but I don't know that this is the game for a stone sculptor for me. Although it still could be. I'm going to take this Carter, actually, though. Carter's quite good with food and grow fast type plans. I like the Carter here. Anything that gives us more grain, I'd be very pro. If we can find any, like, if we find some strong grain sources, Kettle is such an easy feeding engine. Kettle already helps make the basket carrier way more affordable, though, so, like, we like that. It's a pretty promising little start. One of the issues with Fourth Seed, of course, is going to be getting onto Reedstone food for the Carpenter's Parlor and then play the Carpenter's Parlor. Sometimes you have to start player just to get. Sometimes you have to start player just to get on Reedstone food, and then you have to start player to play Carpenter Parlor. Then you have to start player to grow, and then you have to grow with a miner, and you just plan to plant a lot of miners. I'm very high in Carter. You would have picked Plow Hero or Animal Dealer here. So Animal Dealer, I think, is the wrong pick because we are taking a kettle. So like, I don't really want a hearth, and when am I gonna like? The kettle wants me to plow and sow stuff. Now, Plow Hero. It's very reasonable that this pick should have been Plow Hero. I'm open to listening for Plow Hero. But wow, Champ Breeder? Okay, well, so you would have been very rewarded for Animal Dealer, to be fair. Champ Breeder Champ Breeder makes that Animal Dealer look way better. Uh Normally Conjurer not that good, and I don't know that I take Conjurer here, but it's tempting. Buyer is also like tempting for a hearth plan. Grain bag is technically a way to get grain, but I don't actually think I'm gonna have an oven. Um, yeah, kind of a mess here. This is actually not super what I wanted to see. Confidant also relatively good. I think I have to take the Champ Breeder. Champ Breeder's pretty nuts. Champ Breeder does enable things. If in some crazy world the animal dealer comes back, it's very strong. Even if the buyer comes back, it's pretty strong. Um, I just don't want somebody else to have Champ Breeder too, is another like good argument here. We might get this Conjurer back, which would actually be really hype. Just wheel the dealer. Yeah, I mean, wheel the dealer would certainly go well. You didn't read the Discord apparently. Some people claim Conjure is OP. I have no. If you're playing additional action spaces, Conjure gets way better for what it's worth. And I don't know which Discord in particular. I mean, I'm guessing, but Conjure is pretty legit though for what it's worth. But I'm not gonna take Conjure here. I'm hoping to wheel it. But Conjure would be quite welcome. Anyhow, welcome Alex. Welcome random NPC. Minor wise, I think I'm taking Cherry Orchard because it's free. Free is fine. I don't actually know when I'm going to sow it necessarily, although I do kind of want to get some fields sown with the basket carrier kettle nonsense. None of these other cards are super compelling to me, and free is good given how many minors I'm likely to play early. Wow, Master 10. Wow, yikes. The cards continue. The cards continue to be pretty good. Master Tanner is not our game. Yeah, I don't know that I want to sow in stage 2. Sowing in stage 2, deeply unclear. Sowing in stage 3, more likely. The reason I say sowing in stage 2 is unclear is because Basket Carrier is only going to give me 1 grain by that point. Our early game food is still a little sketch, but anyhow, I don't want to sow a single grain field that badly. I'd rather have 2 grain fields to sow, so that's more likely a stage 3 outcome in my mind. I'm generally relatively high on Scrap Collector. Mayor Candidate. Ooh, Mayor Candidate makes the Cart Parlor. Wait a sec. Mayor Candidate's actually kind of insane here, right? Wait 1 second. Mayor Candidate's really quite good here. The one downside of Mayor Candidate is I have to be a bit careful with the basket carrier and other stuff at the end of the game. But Mayor Candidate allowing me to get a stone without having to start player is actually so sick. We can play Mayor Candidate into Cart Parlor round 1 if things break well. Yeah, I'm a bit spooked about the Mayor Candidate, but also... Yeah, also maybe get a BMW. Yeah, I don't know that we actually want a BMW or not, but I do think Potter's Yard is also the pick here. If we can get ourselves in a position for Potter's Yard, that's going to be a lot of late game food or clay that we might want, so I like that a lot. These Ox are quite good though. This is going to be a competitive game to get Ox down because we've been passing a lot of good cards. And the Acquirer does come all the way back around. That's not very surprising here given our opening pack. This is basically what I would have expected to get out of the opening pack. I don't mind Song of Experience because it's free. We'll acquire wheels. Yeah, that's not shocking. You can't even see the second pick miner. Oh, the second pick miner is Kettle, which, by the way, yeah. This draft is pretty nuts. Like, there's been a lot of strong things in this draft. Kettle does make acquire kind of intriguing, right? We could try to acquire grain and then use Kettle to fund it all. That's not really a thing, though. No, that's not really a thing. I don't think we play acquire. I don't think we're running an acquirer game. Just don't think it's happening. I don't mind this market stall either, actually. This field clay also might not be bad, but I think I just take Store of Experience, sorry, for another free card. Just very playable miners are very welcome in this hand. I probably do draft the Acquirer, though. There's a scenario where we draft the Sowing Director, actually, right? Is there ever a world where we Sowing Director because we know somebody else is going to sow, and then we can buy ourselves extra sow actions? Because I don't need the bake action if sow bake is kind of a unique part of Kettle. Can I use Sowing Director well this game in order to not have to take sow actions myself? Maybe. This almost never works out great, but... You think generic arena meta doesn't rate Acquirer? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I agree. I'm pretty sure most people don't give a damn about Acquirer. And for what it's worth, I actually don't know anybody should be giving a damn about Acquirer in this draft. I'm going to try the Sowing Director. I'm not even going to care about this Acquirer. Are we worried about giving the Acquirer to a Master Tanner? That part's a good point. I should be a little spooked about that. Also, I do have a Champ Breeder, so there is an argument. There certainly is an argument for Acquirer and run Champ Breeder stuff. I'm clearly not doing it, but there was an argument for it. Sculptor seems pretty clear here, although the downside of Sculptor is if I play Mayor Candidate, how am I actually going to keep taking Stone and using it successfully? But the rest of the cards are just not important here. Um, I don't see myself wanting Clay Deposit. I can't really imagine Iron Hoeing. I don't see myself doing Farmyard Manure things, so we probably just take Recount. These cards are not really getting played. But I'm actually a bit scared of this Mayor candidate the more I look at it, but also 2 stone, 2 wood as an early action is so powerful, so maybe we just don't, like, Mayor candidate might be worth the trade-off, even if it, like, winds up being, like, -2 points. Is that a huge issue for us? Not really. Like, -2 points in the endgame we're barely going to care about if we get everything else rolling. Conjure does come back. Love it. Love the Conjure here. The Shore Forester, I'm actually kind of surprised it's falling out of the draft. I like the Reed Belt quite a bit here now too. There is a world where we want, like, we do kind of want BMW, even with wanting to build a lot of rooms. So I like this Reed Belt. It's not a thing I don't intend, like, this might be a Reed Belt where I play it kind of later and I only get the read from like 10 and 12, but 2 food for 2 read is still okay. I don't see myself wanting bread paddle. I don't see farm building being a thing here. Top 20 Conjurer. Okay, I have to go read this thread. I have to read this thread. Who's claiming Conjurer top 20? To be clear, I also am relatively pro Conjurer. I like Conjurer a lot more than most people, I feel like. Like, I think Conjurer is pretty legit. I've never seen anybody argue. I feel like I used to have to argue Conjure was better than people gave it credit for because people hated it, but this is like, I've never really seen the opposite direction where people overrate Conjure. I've not had to deal with that. Anyhow, we are 4th seat, so I think there's a pretty good shot that we're going to wind up on 3 wood here. But you think the pro Conjure argument was based on original edition? Is that a thing? Well, that makes more sense too. To be clear, Conjure in original edition was way worse because it didn't give a wood. Um, this revised Conjure is definitely better, but there's still no way. Your theory was that Conjure was a top 20 Ak? Or your theory was basically where mine was, of that people underrated Conjurer and now people are going too far. Oh, hey, also, our teacher gets played round 1, so Conjurer worse. Oh, your theory was that the pro Conjurer argument was original. Oh. It was a playgroup that plays a lot of draft 7, no weak ban list. Yeah, they're just wrong, but anyhow, our teacher definitely gonna make Conjurer worse. I did forget that this was in the draft. Yeah, this makes the Conjurer less good by a decent bit. Do I know if Lumen still plays Agricola? Yes. You can publicly look up Lumen's BGA account. Like, it's not secret. Play Warden gets played, it's fine. Anyhow, as expected, we don't actually really get a choice here. We just get 3 wood, but that's okay. Red's gonna re-up start. That's miserable. That's very annoying. That is quite annoying. There's a decent shot that well, I don't know. It's not gonna be that bad. Lynchette is pretty good, so getting that played definitely makes enough sense. I guess Plow is really not bad for us. Getting Plows out of the way is not the worst thing for our game. But if I don't get Plow, I'm gonna be pretty sad. Somebody's taking a grain after taking Reedstone food. That smells of Sculpture Course. 2 wood gets taken. Okay, yeah, we get Plow at least. This is not terrible. Plow's not that bad of an outcome. Farmyard arrangement. Do I have real concerns? Not really. I plan to build 5 rooms and then plow 4 or 5 fields, fence like 6 spaces. The 5 rooms thing should hopefully help enable us to get a decent potter's yard before fencing in the late game. All right. How many of these ox are we actually playing in stage one? Are we getting like basket carrier is pretty important to our game still, right? We'll have to figure this out. This round could be conjurer into travel because I don't know that the art teacher is gonna. Somebody opened 4 clay too. Fascinating. Task artisan comes down. That's pretty good. Task artisan's gonna play sculpture course. That's kind of hype. Yep, task artisan's playing sculpture course. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Um. Oh wow, start player. Okay, we're getting 2 good actions this round. So I like the conjurer play less. Bookcase coming down. Okay. I like the conjurer play less. Because we're getting. Oh wait, no, we're not necessarily getting one of these back. These are probably the next 4 actions. Okay, these are the next 4 actions. So then maybe we do. Maybe I play conjure into conjure here. Is that actually a thing? It's kind of wild. If I play conjure, nobody else is going to take traveling on me this round. This player is slowly going to eat the traveling food though, so that's still kind of a bummer. But the extra grain is like really good for us. um, hmm. Also, like I'm just getting handed 2 reed. I'm also being offered reedstone food, which does make me maybe not have to play mayor candidate. What if we don't play mayor candidate here early? Maybe that is actually worth it for us. Don't play mayor candidate. Don't need to play mayor candidate. I think that is actually worth it. I think not having to play mayor candidate is actually quite good. Yeah, you know what? I'm okay doing this. Red immediately slams an Ock with their art teacher. That makes us plenty of sense. Gonna play the Acquirer. Okay. They do have 4 clay, but I don't know about playing art teacher before Acquirer, and I don't actually know about playing Acquirer when Major Miner's not down. Takes 2 reed from the player that already has a reedstone and presumably wants to take more reedstone. That was actually kind of a surprise. I wasn't necessarily predicting that. I think I'm going to continue to just get fields going. Day labor is not terrible here either, but because I don't actually know how I'm going to feed the basket carrier yet, but just getting some fields out of the way feels pretty good. There's going to be 4 wood to open this round. That would be tempting. Reedstone food is still going to be pretty dang good for us. Freeock, the basket carrier, is not bad. Sculpture course is adding a good amount of food. Major minor flips is quite helpful for the acquirer player. They get to buy a cow and build a hearth this round, so that's not looking bad for them. Teal wants wood. Purple's going to take the 4 wood. Okay. So I think I just take Reedstone food, right? Reedstone food enables us to start player build type things. Like we're already open to that. Yeah, that's pretty good. It's pretty good. Another Ock for the acquirer. Just going to drop the Master Tanner already. Fair enough. You think Conjure's a good Ock that is worth playing? It's just pretty low down the pecking order of good Ocks worth playing. Yes, I think that's a very fair way to phrase it. With the art teacher this game too, it's become relatively low priority for me, but extra grain is pretty helpful, so I don't know. Obviously, I've not played a single Ock yet though, so there's that, but I don't necessarily mind our stage 1. I'm going to guess that this Acquirer Master Tanner is going to camp for growth, so that's kind of a bummer. I don't actually know that I want to fight them that hard for growth, so I don't know that I'm going to prioritize playing. I don't think I'm going to prioritize playing. I don't think I'm going to prioritize starting with Cart Parlor this round. If I'm able to play the basket carrier, I probably will just Ock basket carrier. If I can't do that, just taking 3 more wood doesn't feel too bad here. I don't know though. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. I do wonder if somebody has House Steward still, by the way. I mean, somebody clearly has House Steward. I also kind of want somebody to play House Steward before I reveal my hidden Carpenter's Parlor. But, so hard to say if and who has the House Steward, if they're actually going to play it. But that's what I would like to see. Like to see the House Steward come down. And maybe this is House Steward. Like, it is not. It's an excavator. You. I don't. I'm pretty low on excavator unless you have combos, but maybe they have combos, so it's not awful. Okay, we don't need 3 wood as bad as we do need the cart parlor down at some point, so this does feel like just cart parlor. This feels fine. Just get it down. Not a bad first 6 actions, getting 2 reedstone foods, 2 fields, wood and cart parlor. Like, it's a decent outcome. 4 clay hearth comes down, we knew that. Teal probably just takes another 3 wood and then eats a wood. It's a pretty good start for them. I certainly could open build room next round, but I think that's wrong. I think I'm supposed to Freeok basket carrier. The problem with that is I need a food on the wheel, right? So it is a little spooky to play the basket carrier, because in order to actually run basket carrier, but like I kind of need the basket carrier, right? I need that grain. So I think I have to just Freeok here and hope that I get bottom feeding. I don't know how likely it is that I get bottom feeding. Yeah, I don't know how likely it is I get bottom feeding, because red kind of needs it. RSF is a food. I agree that RSF is a food, but I guess the question is because I can't really open RSF, right? So I'm not going to get RSF because teal probably takes reedstone. It's actually pretty awkward because I think red is taking food. I can't open it, but I could wheel it. See, that's the issue. I guess the problem is I think if I Freeok basket carrier, I think the next 2 moves are fishing resource market. So that definitely makes it less good. Correct. I think red is taking bottom feeding because they want to keep master tanning here and they want to keep acquiring. It's like kind of tempting just to grab 4 food here and then see what happens. The problem is I don't know that I get Ak back. But I think it's more likely I get Ak back than it is I get a good food action back is the problem. So this is the only bottom feeding available. I'm gonna just take it. You're not sure that teal takes reedstone. I'm not sure either. I don't know for sure what teal does. But I think it's safer to just do this. And we'll find out what happens. I mean, red might just Ak here with the traveling player's food, right? And that is what they're going to do. So then Hedgekeeper. Hedgekeeper's kind of cute to, yeah, fence early and try to be breeding cows fast, but Hedgekeeper adds a lot of wood to the game. I'm very glad I didn't pass Champ Breeder. Passing Champ Breeder into this would have been gross. If you were red, you would have RSF'd. What pack was Confidant in? Oh, Confidant Hedgekeeper. Yeah, I passed Confidant. They very well might have a Confidant coming down. That's true. Teal's just going to build the room. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. That's fine. We obviously passed on this, but I think I'm going to get Ak here. I don't think Purple's going to 2-food Ak, right? No, Purple's not 2-fooding Ak with what they have going on. So I do wheel Ak at least. Yeah, they're just going to day labor right away. Okay, this is fine then. This is totally fine. Get the basket carrier down. Life's pretty good here. All right. Not bad. Not bad. Not a bad stage 1. I also might be getting some pretty insane stuff coming my way at the start of next round, although maybe not. The downside here is red might start player for growth. I'm not sure. Red wheels the RSF. And they don't take it. They take single sheep. Because they want 2 food. Fair enough. They want to pay a food to Master Tan, and they want to eat the cow and then buy a cow back. Yeah, okay, they needed 2 food. Fair enough. Single sheep seems sort of wrong, but actually I don't know that it is. Given what they want, I actually don't think that's that wrong. So, there's that. Am I gonna get 6 wood? That'd be hype. Hey, 6 wood. Team, we get 6 wood. I mean, there's an argument I should be building a room and all that, but they can just eat for 4, buy back cow, and then use that for Tanner. Yeah, I guess that's a good point. That's what they should do. But that's clearly not what they're doing, so, you know, oh well. Is there ever a world where I just take a raw grain at some point this stage and I do so too? I don't know. We're being a little slow on the room fight, but with Master Tanner already live and Teal having a room, I think we have to accept that we're just not that hot on the growth queue. So I think we just need to set up other things, and if those other things are insane feeding, it might be worth it. 6 clay is also available this round, by the way, and 6 clay is mildly tempting because I do want a clay at some point for kettle. Um, and the remaining 5 clay might just be future Reno clay, right? So I don't hate 6 clay, but I think it's early enough in the game. I'm still supposed to take 6 wood over 6 clay. But definitely some very exciting actions on this board. So we're going to see if red start players for growth. I'm going to assume red does start player for growth. I don't know why you're rushing Master Tanner out if you're not fighting for the growth queue, but we'll see. When is the Store of Experience a clay? Oh, that's an interesting question. When you have 6 ox left in hand. So right now, if I could play Store of Experience without playing another ox, that could also work out. So that is actually something to legitimately consider. Although I might just wheel a clay stack here, by the way. It's not inconceivable that I just get like 5 clay. Although, again, 6 clay is kind of significantly better than 5 clay, potentially. But hey, maybe we get 6 clay. Maybe. We'll find out. It's possible purple builds a room here. I don't necessarily mind being a bit behind the room queue if it means that my compensation is I'm just going to double build, which is kind of what it looks like. Possible purple's going to take 4 wood here rather than taking 6 clay. Yeah, with Excavator, it's not as... Oh, and they have Clay Warden. They sort of don't want to take the hollow space. Yeah, that's actually kind of awkward, because like they'd rather take Clay Pit and then have somebody else hollow. Yeah, so I think I'm actually just going to wheel 6 clay. So 6 wood, 6 clay, pretty hype round, actually. If only I had dropped Carter. If only we had dropped the Carter last round. Cultivator getting played, reasonable enough. Cultivator's definitely good. Slightly surprised they don't not taking one more Reedstone food, given they have Sculpture Course. But yeah, purple is just going to take 4 wood, so we totally do just get away with 6 wood, 6 clay as a round. I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this. Again, pretty good outcome to just kind of fall here. Reedstone food for red, finally, that's fine. I'm last next round. Reedstone food would be good. I seriously might take single grain and sow 2 fields. It's pretty gross, but also like single grain, sow 2 fields. And then the round after that, something like play kettle on major minor is pretty dang strong. It's gross, but also like setting up long-term feeding like that, pretty powerful, and I'm pretty close to just double building in time. I mean, we're gonna see when grow flips. We'd like grow to flip now. If it's late growth, that's a bit of a sad, but also like maybe it's not that bad if I could just set up my. It is late growth. Okay, definitely a bit of a sad, but this may be a game where we don't build a 5th room. We might just build 2 wood rooms and call it a day. But there's really no rush on us building a room now, because we don't need to build a room until round 8, so we can use the basket carrier read to pay for the rooms we're going to build in round 8, because we don't have to start player till 9. House Steward might be dead. Yeah, I don't think anybody's playing House Steward after we revealed Carp Parlor. They have a Trellis with Hedgekeeper. That's also pretty spicy. It's pretty cool. Late growth acquirer Master Tanner growing first, that part feels great. The thing that I don't like about Red's game is that they don't actually have their feeding sorted. If they could exit this stage by breeding cows, I'd feel a lot better about their game. But I don't know that they're capable of fencing, growing. If they get the sheep next round, maybe they could. Yeah, actually, maybe they could. If they can get out of this stage by growing first and breeding cows, their game would be pretty exciting. Okay, our game didn't want late growth, but also we're not in that bad of a situation because I do think we can do enough farming here in the mid game because we got those 2 fields. I seriously think this round is take a grain and sow it. It hurts, but it's totally fine. The thing you don't like about their game is they renounce any claim on public wood. I'm also with you that that is kind of dangerous. They're injecting a lot of wood to everybody else. And so I kind of agree with you, Civ. Like, they're not building wood rooms. Yeah, like, I just don't know that they're doing enough. Purple's also going to double build. That's annoying, but whatever. It doesn't really impact us that hard. It just means, like, our second grow is going to be so late. But with Cart Parlor already on the table and what we have on the table, we definitely are going to double build. I just don't think we're going to triple build. And that's okay. But yeah, getting these 2 grain fields in is just, it's going to be very powerful. I don't know that we're going to be able to play Kettle next round. That part's a bit spooky. Do we? Well, purple would have to major minor on us. First action major minor from purple next round. What are the odds? Not inconceivable given that they have excavator bookcase stuff. Although purple really also needs to be building. I don't know. We'll find out. Teal getting some of their fields done with cultivator in the mid game here makes a lot of sense. They have a lot of food. It's definitely fine. Red did fence. Red fenced in the wrong spot, by the way. Lynchette, what are you doing? This is definitely wrong arrangement. Wrong arrangement. Boo. I mean, I actually guess I don't know why I'm booing. I'm fine that they're messing it up, but you have a Lynchette. Like, what are you doing? It can't even be homekeeper, huh? Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. Um, Excavator did some excavating. That's fine. They still haven't built a room, so they kind of have to first action build a room next round. I still really want to play a kettle next round. I could play kettle here and assume that I get Sobake. Actually, that might be the safer way to do this. Play kettle here because there's going to potentially be another big wood stack, and the next round could be wood into sow. I can't kettle without grain fields. That's a good point. That's why I've been getting the grain fields in the ground first. All right, never mind. You're correct. We can't kettle here. That's the way the card reads. All right, so let's get the grain fields. And then, yeah, we really need kettle. So, how come we have a cart parlor and no rooms? Yes. Well, Gonzo, the answer to that is we were ready to build a room in round 4. However, the player after us had Acquirer Master Tanner already on the table, making it pretty clear that they were probably going to grow first. So we decided if we built a room, we would just lead to them squatting for growth and they would grow first and we would grow last. So I chose not to build the room, and Teal built the room, and Red start playered and made sure they grew first. And here we are. So we still haven't built rooms because we haven't needed to, and I want to double build. But yeah, Civ gave the shorter answer than my rambly version, but the end result is exactly that. Oh, fascinating. Teal's allowed to take the 6 wood because nobody built a room. That's crazy, actually, but it makes total sense. It's very allowed. Nice tactical pick up there by Teal that they're allowed to do this. Purple does obviously now come and build their rooms, but part of why we didn't build our rooms yet, Gonzo, is because I'm going to basket carrier this harvest, get another reed, and that way I'm set to double build. And in the meantime, because it's late growth and we knew we've been growing last, we made sure to set up this kettle as our feeding engine, and that feels great. It feels really good to have 2 grain fields in the ground, have a basket carrier giving us some extra grain, and already have a kettle in play. So I mean, given how this has gone, this isn't awful. You approve of this game? Yeah. Why major the kettle instead of start player? Don't start player to help other players' growth. This is the kind of stupid nonsense you love to do. I don't think this is actually that stupid. Like, what else am I supposed to be doing here in stage 2? If I'm gonna grow, wow, cesspit. We raced out sculpture course before setting up cesspit when we had cultivator cesspit as an option. I guess you knew the player in front of you wanted to do the hearth stuff. God, I don't know that I would play Teal's hand the way they are, but I also don't know that it's bad. Um, Banger cards in this draft, yes. Anyhow, I don't actually think this is stupid nonsense from us though. Like, if you're gonna grow last, I think it makes a lot of sense to set up farming, do farming things, etc. There is so many resources in this game now, though. This is kind of nuts. This is sort of an opportunity to play Carter. Oh no, I have to double build next round. I can't really play Carter. No, no, no. I just probably take 4 wood here. I don't think I care about big stone piles. Like, I mean, sort of I do, but actually, do I? I don't know. Takes cops, wheel 6 wood. That's an option, but you would have deliberately set up this situation, including the bad growth. Gotcha. I was being flexible. I would have preferred to just grow and then set up my food. But if I'm not allowed to grow, then yeah, I'm gonna just accept my spot in the growth queue and set things up and then grow because that's what I'm told I'm allowed to do. Again, being flexible in this game is important. Um, might have to kind of. Well, I guess I don't have to build first action. I kind of want to build first action though. Don't I? Maybe I don't care. This is a slightly weird spot. I do think the 3 stone's a distraction. I don't think I have time for 3 stone to do anything. I don't know what majors I'm going to get with it. I don't know when I'm going to get to use it. I don't think it's important. If I get a lot of wood, there is a shot that this champ breeder actually is something this game. There's definitely some extra pigs, although other people are going to fight so hard for the animals. I don't know. Red did take the sheep, is breeding cows. Yeah, Red's position is okay at least. I think I just take 4 wood. Don't worry about there being 6 wood on the table. But I don't know for sure. Don't know for sure. If you showed me what everybody was up to this game, you don't think you would have assumed late grow. Yeah. Definitely basket carrier and then kettle twice. One thing that we want to be a little careful about with our food is the fact we really do need to make sure to have excess grain to resow into some new fields. We set up a lot of food this way, but if we eat all of our grain, we don't really have a way to continually generate more grain without spending even more food via basket carrying. So we got to be a little careful about still figuring out where other food sources might be so that we don't have to just eat literally everything. And getting some more fields so we can sow more stuff is solid. Also, the potter's yard is potentially a route, but I have 7 grain by the time it's all harvested. Yeah, that's true, I guess you're right, because I have basket carrier twice more. I mean, it's still a lot of food I'm going to spend, though, right? But you might be right. Maybe I don't actually have to worry that hard. I probably will be able to just resow and it'll be fine. Yeah, you're probably fine. I probably am fine. Do I ever build stables given how much wood there is and it would enable the potter's yard to come down faster? The answer to that might be yes. Also, do we start player here? No, we don't, because purple can stable block. Purple could stable block us, and it would be really annoying. Because the reason stable blocking is so annoying is even if we build, we don't lock up growth. Yeah, just build. You think if it's not enough, we're just one bottom feeding away? I do agree with that. I think we're just one bottom feeding away from making it work. So, all right. Do we build 2 stables? Building 2 stables opens up Potter's Yard, right? At most 7 unused spaces. Yeah, I love the idea of growing with Potter's Yard here, right? Growing with Potter's Yard in round 10 seems really hype, so just build 2 stables to guarantee we can do that. I think there's enough wood in this game because of the hedgekeeper stuff. I think this is worth it. Yeah, I think I like these 2 stables quite a bit. Enabling Potter's Yard is fun. You don't see a need to build first move. I probably could have taken 5 wood. That's a good point. I take 5 wood. Well, the only reason is if purple's not actually ready to start. Purple's food is a disaster. This is why you wanted the set up the 6 wood. Yeah, maybe that's fine. I don't is purple able to I mean purple basically has to start player to grow and has to have a way to handle it. But do they? Can purple afford to start player grow and then actually feed? Or are they going to let me jump them? I don't know. I mean, putting pressure on purple is certainly not that important here, but I mean, I don't know. We'll find out. 6 clay is here again, by the way. I don't know that I want 6 more clay, but it is funny. Yeah, purple's going to let us jump them, so this is why you just build the room. This is why you just build the room first. Cherry orchard for when we sow again? Sure. That's a good outcome? Yeah, it's definitely a bit lucky. Definitely a bit lucky, but we'll take it. It did slightly mess up our whole Potter's Yard timing, except, oh wait, we can grow round 9 and 11 this way? We're ruining growing with Potter's Yard. Yeah, it's okay, Gonzo. We're actually just going to start player Potter's Yard in round 10 so that we can grow in round 11. So it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. I probably do grow Reed Belt here, actually, right? I think we have the food to make Reed Belt worth it. And if I'm playing Potter's Yard, having a Reed available to renovate is nice. It doesn't have the same oomph. I see. I'm sorry, Gonzo. I'm sorry to not have the right oomph. Nobody needing the giant clay stack is kind of hilarious. Also, Red waiting so long with their art teacher that they can't art teacher is also kind of fun. But that's how late grow goes, so. It's plausible I build another room really late. It's true. What? You step away for a second and purple gives you grow? What is this? Yeah. But probably only if the BMW disappears. Yeah, that's true. I mean, if there's a BMW available in the mid game or like late game, it's probably better to BMW. But you're right. It is conceivable that I wind up building a 5th room, especially now that I'm getting to grow in 9. Plow Hero coming down, that makes enough sense. Plows are going to be a bit tight. Teal probably should have kept plowing, actually. Yeah, I don't know that I like 3 wood as an action from Teal when you have Cultivator. I don't know that that's correct. Although, they also might just be thinking about fencing 13 with Asparagus Gift in hand. If Teal's going to fence this round, then I'm okay with them grabbing wood. Otherwise, I think it's correct to just keep plowing while they had the ability to do so. But, you know, whatevers. I am going to spend food on buying a little bit of extra Reed with Reed Belt. I'm a little bit unsure that I totally need it, but I think it's worthwhile. I think it's worthwhile. All right. The 2 pigs comes with a fence action. Yeah, that's pretty hype. Pretty hype for their, yeah, get to fence with the hedge keeper nonsense and do that. Yeah, it's cool. Also, for the record, purple has to start player to grow here because I totally will start player again, but we'll see. Anyhow, given the circumstance, do you think purple letting you skip them is such a great break since you really just get to jump right back? Yes. The fact that I have a 4th room makes the jump that much stronger because it wasn't just jumping them for, like, it's jumping them for multiple grows. I get to go ahead of them for this grow. I'm also going to get back in the growth queue that much faster. And I get to go back in the growth queue before red or teal think about getting back in. previously there was a pretty big concern that like red or teal would be ready to jump back in the growth cube. So yeah, no, this is actually a huge break. Correct. I'm sitting right after them. So like they have to start player to grow here, and then I still get to start player to grow again. And if like yeah, anyhow, yeah, I agree. I actually think the more I'm looking at it, I think it's a pretty big break. Me being the player in front so bad for them. Yeah, I mean they could not have afforded to allow me to jump there. They really couldn't have. And yet, I mean they obviously allowed us to. So, you know. I will take 4 wood. I built stables. I do need to take wood to actually be able to afford fencing. Technically, I have a master tanner in hand. I don't think that's going to come to any fruition, but I think 4 wood is like clearly the pick here. 5 food, not terrible for us. Not terrible at all, but if you're red or teal, you're fuming. I mean, it's definitely annoying when somebody does this, but um, by the way, this is part of why I hate Excavator. Like, purple has not used any of the massive quantities of stone they've generated thus far. I think they also were the player that took the 3 stone, but like this is part of why I don't like taking big piles of stone, especially in late growth. Like you just don't have actions to use it. I am gonna have to eat all my grain this harvest. Again, I'm a little spooked about eating all my grain, but I guess Potter's Yard is gonna give us insane food here in a sec. Yeah, never mind. Potter's Yard is about to give us insane foods. This is great. You like the excavator, but you want to smash improvements. Yeah, to be clear, I don't hate excavator as hard as I'm saying this, I guess. But yes, it's so easy to get messed up and keep excavating when what you really need to be doing is major mining. Purple needed a pottery, and in their defense, they're still going to get pottery. But wow, animal husbandry worker. Um, okay. I don't mind Teal taking that wood to set this up, and they still got plows. Yeah, Teal is doing really well at getting the farming together here. But yeah, the competition for animals is intense. So actually, I am warming up a little to all that stone. Um, I'm warming up a little to all the stone because this game actually looks like people are going to correctly prioritize farming and fighting animals. In which case, yeah, gonna be a little bit tricky to get the other stuff. Anyhow, we get to start player Potter's Yard though, so I feel great about that. Red is building a room. Oh my god. Okay. I mean I'm 1,000% started for growth now. Like I was already going to, but um I really don't like this from red. Really think this is a mistake. That's a wood room that you're not growing into until round 12. Like it's really bad. They should just be renovating. Like, seriously, they should just renovate to a joinery, probably. You don't think it's a terrible idea for them to build another room, but it's really bad timing. Yeah. Oh, joinery is better? Yeah, I think joinery is better for them, yes. I think just Reno joinery was, like, pretty clean there for them. Like, just don't worry about this. Um, but whatever. Again, they're allowed to do what they want to do, but they have so much wood with the hedgekeeper. Yes, they do. And people like cultivator, animal husbandry worker, task artisan, basket carrier are also adding wood to the game. So yeah, there's a lot of us adding wood to the game. Wait, I have a grain left over? Wait, how do I have a grain left over? Hmm. I paid one for kettle, one for kettle, one for kettle, and I bought. Oh, because I bought one. And I had a grain in hand? I don't know. I'm not convinced I have a grain in hand. I thought I was going to end with no grain in hand, but clearly I have a grain in hand, so that's good. Okay. Well, whatever. I don't know. Maybe I refreshed the page. For some reason, I was expecting to have 0 grain. I thought I had to buy the grain and eat it. But apparently I didn't. Oh well. Classic turn basket carrier into food plus 2 resources every harvest. Yeah. Not the typical 2. Correct. It is funny. Like, usually basket carrier gets the BMW and then makes the reed pay for the pay for the stuff. But yeah, here we're using the kettle to pay for it. But yeah, this still feels really good. I do not hate start player plow and so here if we get all those. Um, I don't want to sow a single grain. I get the idea. Yes, I could sow the cherry orchard, and sowing the cherry orchard is kind of hot, but I'm not doing that. Yeah, I get the orchard cherry. I actually think the better play, by the way, is probably sowing director, assuming somebody else is going to sow this stage. I actually think that might make more sense to just play the sowing director and hope somebody else sows. But like, I actually don't know that I want to take the sow bake action space the rest of this game. I'm pretty tempted to have sowing director. Give me sows. I'm a little spooked about how many sows I'm actually going to get from sowing director though. So it's really it's going to depend a bit on that. And yeah, you're exactly right. I'm going to have to pay a lot of attention if sowing director is going to pop. But anyhow, I will definitely take plow on the wheel. I'm just not going to get plow. Red's going to double plow presumably. Um, Plows are going to be actually quite hard for us to get, I think. So that is one downside here. We're to that point of the game where it's going to be very hard to get the plows. But big Potter's Yard. Big Potter's Yard's exciting at least. Red doesn't plow. I think that's a big mistake. I think that's like a huge mistake actually. But you know, maybe they have some really important. Oh, they didn't play Plow Hero. God, they play. I see. They should still probably plow instead of playing Plow Hero. They should probably play Plow and then still play Plow Hero on the wheel. Because what else are they doing with their actions? But anyhow, Teal plowing would make quite a lot of sense. I sort of think Teal might take crops and try to sow this stage, but I'm not sure. But yeah, Teal does just get another plow in. Plenty reasonable. I guess I don't hate taking 3 wood myself. The 4 reed goes. I was just about to say maybe a BMW, but I'm gonna get beat to BMW now, so that's fine. Oh, also there's 6 food fishing. 6 food fishing is sort of like 2 grain, although God, with all this Potter's Yard, this might be a distraction. But also, I kind of like the idea of not having to eat these grain, and I don't know how I'm. Well, can I just fence? I guess I could just take 3 wood, fence 13, and then feed myself. That's not bad either. Not bad either. Take 3 wood, fence 13. Fence 13's a little awkward with the animal husbandry worker though too. Fence 15 is hot here. Hmm. I think 6 food is a distraction. It's only what 2 points worse than fence 15? That's true. Fence 15 maybe is just a distraction. Just take the 3 wood, fence 13 because it's easy. All right, yeah, you know what? I'm overthinking this. Just get the stupid fences down. Plows are going to be really tight anyhow. So yeah, fence 15 is dumb. I'm never going to get enough plows to hit all these spaces. And the extra food's important to me. The extra food's important here. So like, yeah, just fence 13 and be done with it. Red's going to Ock another Ock. Okay. And they do have the Confidant. Wow. So they have the Confidant. They have the Confidant Hedgekeeper combo and Trellis Hedgekeeper. This is overkill, but um, I guess they're gonna hit Animal Husbandry Worker also. Entirely free fences. Entirely free fences. That does not trigger Sowing Director, right? It does not. Okay. Good to know. If Teal takes some crops, they're not. They're taking stone. Okay. Sure. I'm just gonna fence 13, because what else am I doing? There's still a well available too, God, right? Still a well out there. Mildly tempting to mayor candidate a well out, but it's probably wrong at this stage, but we're definitely going to eat all of that clay. There's so much clay in this game. So much clay in this game. Definitely we don't need this as actual clay. Actual clay, not happening. Do I wind up building a 5th room? I don't know. We'll think about that one a bit more. Do I even beat purple to the well if I try that? Probably not, so it's probably... Oh, and do I beat red to a well is a better question now. Red is set up to renovate to a well. Yeah. Anyhow, next round's going to be plow, right? First action plow. Teal is going to clay oven here, build joinery. Teal's going to joinery. Teal's going to win the race to the joinery. No, they just want a hearth also. Oh, okay, their food is kind of actually, yeah, never mind. How have they been feeding? Oh, sculpture course. They're using the stone as sculpture course. Okay. That stone was sculpture course stone. They're going to take animals. They're going to get 2 cows here probably, so it's not for. Oh, we're growing. Sorry, to be clear, I'm growing. Red is going to plow. Teal's gonna take 2 cows. Purple's gonna build a well. I don't know. A loom for teal. Well, that's pretty hot. Stables exist. That's true. Also, they wound up with a loom, which I guess I should have known at this point. But yeah, those sheep and fences look even better with a loom on the table. And loom coming off of Task Artisan, just yeah, really, really nice. Teal's game looks. Teal, I think, is definitely the one to beat here, and I don't know that I'm going to beat Teal. Um, but I don't know that I'm not beating Teal. I might wheel the pigs here. Actually, that'd be pretty cool. I might. I'm probably. I'm getting one of these animal pairs out of the way at least. So that's not bad. I should just take cows because we have the because we have a champ breeder. I think that's really wrong. I think maybe red still plows. Purple still has an open room too. That's not happening. Yeah. There's too much fight for this growth. I committed to this room too long ago. I agree the cows are cute, but yeah, there's 2 people with rooms. This is just it's not happening. Um, I play Store of Experience for a random clay that I don't think I need, but whatever. Better than nothing, I guess. But anyhow, yeah, I have to do this. Red is still gonna plow. Teal is gonna get the cows. I think I get pigs at least. So it's plausible you aren't supposed to fight for grow, but not from this point. Yeah, I agree. Like, I will admit, given my position, it is there maybe was an argument that I was supposed to take the animals to set up champ breeder stuff. But the Potter's Yard's so good. Yeah, I don't know. I agree. Things are fine the way they are. I still might be able to get pretty sick champ breeder here because I might get the sheep back. I guess red takes the sheep here probably. Although red can take the well here. I don't know. Reno well is better than sheep, yeah. I guess teal could take more sheep. Teal taking well, teal runs out of room. Teal runs out of room, right? Currently they don't actually have room for it. I might get the sheep back. That'd be very hot if I get the sheep back. Teal taking the sheep. Teal might need it for food, but no, yeah, Teal's just gonna take the grain and is gonna sow. Okay. Getting the sheep back is hot here, because if I can take cow, and champ breed, this feels really good. Both seem more natural, yeah. But anyhow, me getting the pair of sheep here is really good. This fence action was a lot better than I thought. Wow, they have Stone Sculptor? Okay, see, Excavator Stone Sculptor I like a lot, but that's a late Stone Sculptor. But Grain Sow is also very natural for Teal. Yeah, getting their crops going is fine, so... Do I get to stay start? That'd be cool. That'd be really cool if they all let me stay start. I would appreciate them all so much. Oh gosh, guys, we might stay start player. Hitting plow sow or grow is just really good. Plow sow might actually be the best thing we could hit, to be honest. But if we say start, we're rooting for plow sow. I kind of think so. I kind of think plow sow is actually just better for us than grow. Like we really want to plow and sow. But purple starts. Okay. Well, that's okay. I don't actually know what purple's starting for, but now we really root for Plauso. Yeah, I mean they're probably starting for growth. I kind of think so, right? Like I think they are starting for regular Wish for Children. Like Red has an open room because of Master Tanner, so like I kind of think they are. I mean, if plow so flips, I don't know, whatever. I'm gonna get regular plow at worst, right? Regular plow is not bad at all. And I probably am going to be allowed to take single cow, and 4-point champ breed. And that feels good. That feels pretty good for our game. The only thing I really need are plows and to get cows. Plows and cows are where our game is at. We eventually renovate to clay, obviously. I don't know that we do much else, so like it's a little spooky, but 3 actions for 8 points is a good time. Yeah, I would like it. I would like it quite a lot. Plowing cows the cheat code? It is. Hey, Robbie. Looking forward to seeing you at WBC. Grow does flip. All right, moment of truth. Does purple have a minor, or are they gonna decide that red should grow this round? Um, by the way, everybody, this is part of why building late rooms in late grow is so dangerous, because somebody just gets to grow without building a room at all, and also there's 6 wood and 8 clay on the table. Hilarious amounts of clay, just hilarious amounts of clay. Also, I really want to yell at Red for their farmyard arrangement. This poor Lynchette. You have a Lynchette. You've put your fences in entirely the wrong position. Just saw me playing and found the stream. Nice, nice. Anyhow, yeah, super looking forward to WBC. Sorry I can't make the pre-con this year too, but um, obviously, yeah, I don't exactly know how much I'll hang out an open game in, but hopefully I can get a game or two in. We are offered grow. Wow, this is tricky. You just joined, and that's the first thing you noticed. Also, late acquire from them too. No, that acquire is pretty early. Red played a pretty early acquirer. Um, the acquirer was fine. They just totally messed up their Lynchette spacing. Okay, we talked about plow, but like it's round 12, late. Like I'm supposed to just grow over plowing, right? Right? Right. We'll see you in the Agricola semis or finals. Absolutely. Acquire came down in like round 2 or 3. It came down in 3. I argued that, or maybe it came in 2. No, it came in. Maybe it came in 2 even. I'm not sure the art teacher should have came down for this game, by the way. But anyhow, I'm gonna grow. Instincts are that growing is still fine. I mean, plows are tight as hell, but whatever. You showed up in stage 2 and Red had emptied a lot of their hand. Red has emptied a lot of their hand. Red's game is still pretty good. I do think the room was wrong, but they still wound up with the well, so maybe it wasn't that bad. I mean, they still have this crazy confidant stuff going on too. They've can acquire crops, which I think they actually started doing. So yeah, I don't know. It's not bad here. Teal's offered not a lot here. They might start player for grow. Teal starting for grow seems pretty natural here. Teal first action in sowing. Okay, Teal has a we saw it. The 2 veg fields for 2 points. Strawberry patch. Teal has strawberry patch in hand, and they want to wheel start player, and they probably will. Everybody's game seems reasonable except purple post Q skip. Yeah, I think purple really lost the plot, but starting for plow sow is tempting here, even if it is basically SP nada. But I think I'm just gonna prioritize the cow. Gosh, I don't know. Plow sow is so good. Plow sow is so good. Starting for plow sow, whatever. I don't care. Teal can start player. Teal can start for it. It's fine. I'll get a so action. I just might not get another field while red's gonna start. Okay, that was the bad outcome. That was the bad outcome I didn't consider. Why is red starting? Why is red starting? I don't know that I like red starting there. I guess red wants a double plow sow? I guess red wants to lock up a double plow sow, and maybe that's not that bad. It's a little weird with Confidant. Red was first or last. I agree. I don't. I agree that Teal was almost certainly starting. I'm just like, with Confidant in hand, like, you're not actually, like, you can just sow with Confidant next round. I guess you're still buying yourself fields that you're not otherwise getting. And I guess fields are important and all that, so. I'm probably just renoing a fireplace here. Or, actually, am I taking 6 clay to build a clay room? Am I building a clay room? I already grew to 5, though. Why am I building a clay room? Just because I have the resources for it? They want to build fences, and they're going to sow in 14. But they're going to open plow sow, then, aren't they? They still have room. That's what's awkward. I don't get what they're starting for. Can't they just start next round, or maybe somebody else starts and they get a plow anyhow? Yeah, I don't know. I'm not convinced Red. I'm not convinced that was a very good start player from Red, but also I'm not. Whatever, it's not that bad. Confidant is fences, and then they sow, and then they plow sow. I see. Okay, okay, sure. I'm not convinced that's particularly coherent, but maybe it's not that bad either. So whatever. I don't want to play the Champ Breeder yet because that would spook players. I think taking Clay to Reno and build a room is not terrible here. Although I can probably just get 3 stone next round and double Reno. Double Reno is just better than building a room. So I just Reno a fireplace because it's there. Yeah, you know what? Reno a fireplace because it's there. I don't think that's bad. Yeah, let's get in the Reno queue. This allows me to get back in the Reno queue for stone potentially. And maybe we don't get to stone, but whatever. We take a 2-point, take a 2-point or a 1-point fireplace. Yeah, just get that out of the way. Just get that out of the way. Probably just take a vegetable. Yeah, probably just take a vegetable. Red gets 2 grain here. I don't know. I think Red's opening plow sow, but maybe Red opening plow sow does make enough sense. They could buy a veg, do a whole plow sow. Maybe the start player was pretty good. Maybe the start player was pretty good. This is a close game. It's a close game. I don't know that I have enough to get it done or not. With the grain stuff, they definitely plow sow. Yeah, I mean they're definitely plow sowing. You expected them to acquire a grain. Yeah, it looks like they're gonna acquire a veg. Um, I'm gonna just take a veg here, right? Yeah, take a veg. Next round, taking a cow so that we can play Champ Breeder is pretty high on the list of important things. Taking 3 stones so we can renovate is pretty high on the list of things. Starting for our own plow sow is would be actually maybe we have to start player and hope we wheel a cow. I mean, a 2-point Champ Breeder is not awful, and it still could be a 3-point Champ Breeder. It might have to be start player for plow sow because plows are that tight. We have so many actions, and I seriously can't actually use that many actions, right? Like, what am I doing with all of my time in the world? Very little is the answer. That is the downside. Are we going for BMW ovens? BMW, I'm pretty confident is going to get taken by purple. I don't hate the idea of trying to sneak an oven, but it's not particularly high on my list of things to do, especially now that I spent my clay. Um, but also to be clear, we have 10 actions left. So like I don't have that much I can do in terms of scoring points. Like I'm going to run out of points pretty fast. So um that is kind of the new thing that I have to worry about is where are my points coming from? Red finishes off a big plow sow. Red's going to get a grow action later this round. Red wants those 2 sheep. Red's game still quite strong here. Red's kind of going to have the same issue I have of running out of points, but they at least have less actions, so it matters less. If a round 14 room works, it comes with a stable. That's true. It still might be a room. Yeah, it still might be a room. Head meeting the ceiling. Yeah. Okay, I do think I start player here. I think I start player because Plauso is really good. So SP Nada for Plauso. Hope the cow comes back. The cow coming back is purple is the most likely to take it. Purple's the most likely to take the cow. But they have so many other things to do, including renoing. I don't know. If I don't start player here, who does? Teal could easily just restart because they're running out of things to do. Yeah, I have too many actions. I think just buying priority here is correct, but we definitely are risking not getting what we want this round. But I think we're also risking not getting what we want next round. So I don't know. I'm gonna just Espionata here and lock down a Plauso at least. Um, but yeah, taking that clay pile to build a room so that I can room and stable next round for points, not looking awful. We're gonna find out. I mean, I don't know that I get 3 stone back here either. Like, for a late growth game, yeah, there's, I don't know. If you save the clay from the potter yard, then maybe 3 stone, Reno, and oven. That's possible. That's true. That's possibly a line here. We'll find out. Also, how am I feeding, by the way? I kind of forgot that I actually need to feed, by the way. I guess I have a fireplace. I have a sheep I can eat. But I can eat some clay with kettle, but maybe I have to sow bake here just to get some grain in the ground. But um, that's why you liked starting in 12 for the Plauso because of the food. Yeah, yeah, I kind of wish I had. Red does take the sheep. That makes sense. Teal takes 3 stone themselves. Okay, I don't love Teal entering the Reno queue here. Although I don't hate it. Teal's basically out of points too. Alright, the cow is too important as discussed. I really want to take the 3 stone, but I think the cow is more important than the 3 stone. But we easily might not get 3 stone back now. Oh, red's growing. Yeah, yeah. Okay, red's growing. Um, yeah, I might get 3 stone here at least. That'd be cool. Teal could take 3 stone. Teal might just stone oven though, rather than Reno. Teal stone oven instead of Reno. Teal build stables. Teal builds stables here, actually, right? No, they are just gonna stone oven. Teal not building stables is kind of intriguing because they're running into they're totally running into capacity issues, and capacity is a lot of points for them because of Loom. Yeah, I actually think this is pretty wrong from Teal not to get the stables in place. Um, but it looks like I'm gonna get everything. Actually, I'm gonna get 3 stone. I'm gonna get Chant Breeder, and I'm gonna get Sow. Yeah. Okay. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Yeah, the Reno Q. So the 2 wood that I have is actually for a fence point, right? I can Ren fence probably. Well, do I get Ren fence? I mean, purple's also gonna want Ren fence. Yeah, purple might Ren fence, but whatever. Red's already to 44 though. Oof, oof. That's trouble. Because I'm giving red the growth also this way. Yeah, I don't know. We have a decent game, but growing last might just be too much for us. We'll see. We'll see. Sowing the cherry orchard, I guess, doesn't hurt us. And I guess tiebreak reasons, right? You grew third, though, thanks to purple. Yeah, that part was good. That part was good. That part, at least, was good. But yeah, I don't know that I can sneak a win here or not. I mean, I do think I can beat teal at least, but I don't know that I can beat red. It's too bad I'm out of position to kettle points. Does Cherry Orchard wood count towards joinery? No, because in revised you have to consume the resources. So resources sitting in your fields don't help you. Um, you have to be able to actually like feed them through the machine in order to score them. So, um, You wonder if fencing 13 on 5 spaces was right with a refence in mind. Given how many actions we wound up with, I think it turns out that is correct. But when we fenced, I didn't know I was going to get a fifth family member and have this many free actions, right? So I think it's really hard to like say, but I do agree that it does look like I'm going to regret fencing this way, but yeah. Although again, also the food mattered. Like the Potter's Yard food is mattering this game. Like I set up a lot of food with Kettle, but like I am eating quite a few grain points because like I'm also not actually getting more fields. So yeah, it's all a bit of a mess. So oh well. Anyhow, Plauso's still good for us at least. I'm just gonna sow more grain. I can try to manually take more veggies or stuff, but oh, I can eat animals too. Wait, I keep forgetting that I can eat animals. I built this fireplace. I do have a sheep to eat. I'm still gonna sow the grain, right? I mean, still sow the grain for sure. Um, rather have more grain and keep eating it if need be. Um, I do have one extra sheep though that I can eat at least, so that's kind of cool. And champ breeders, putting some work in. But yeah, I don't know that I get to beat this acquire master tanner. I probably was supposed to cut acquire, right? What oct did I convinced myself to take sowing director instead of cutting acquire. It does look like I should punch myself for that. Acquire still is a good card, everybody. I should have just cut acquire. Their game their game's very different without acquire. I don't know what their game looks like at all without acquire. So I got to talk myself into Acquire barely matters in this edition. Who cares about Acquire? And here I am. I'm gonna lose to Acquire because I was like, eh. Yeah, I was definitely supposed to cut Acquire. Definitely supposed to cut Acquire. Oh, yeah. So Acquire is way less good and revised. I will say that. I am way further off Acquire than I used to be. I agree. Acquire is still insane and original, and it's still good here, but it in our head, Acquire is like such a nuts like top 20 card in original. I do think it's significantly not as good and revised. Um, I think a lot of factors lead into that, but mostly I think food is easier, so the fact acquire helps you get food is less important. It's also way easier to get crops and resources, so the fact acquire can smooth that out matters way less. But um, with all that said, acquire is still really good, still quite good. So yeah, they sixth picked acquire. I had the option to take acquire fifth. I could have cut acquire and I didn't, and that's gonna cost me. It's gonna cost me a lot. I probably take three pigs here because it's points or food. And what else am I doing? I could reno fence, I guess, but I'll take three pigs. Purple's gonna fence. Okay, yeah, I probably just get ren fence anyhow. Like whatever. Yeah, I'm gonna take three pigs. That's a lot of points, or some points. I don't have that many past the points, so yeah. Teal's gonna build stables, so trying to sneak a Ruber stables. Like I have a Reno at least. So yeah, I'm breeding 4 points at the moment, so that's 41. I Reno to 45. I take some pigs. I'm at 46. I have to eat a little. I'm back to 45. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that I can catch teal either after teal stables. We'll see. This is not the easiest game to pull out here. I guess Ren Fence comes with a point of fences, so that takes us back a little bit, but this is a clay oven from red. Yeah. Okay, there's like no way to catch red. Red is fed. Red's breeding. No, red's breeding 3 points. Yeah, red has this. Your brain is broken. I know. I definitely should have cut the acquirer. I knew I somebody even mentioned like shouldn't we be worried about passing an acquirer to a master tanner? And I was like, whatever. But no, we should have been concerned. So, frankly, we got what we deserved. I don't think it was wrong. I don't actually think it was wrong to first pick basket carrier over acquirer. I don't think that was actually wrong. I think that's totally fine. I do think, in hindsight, we really should kick ourselves for not fifth picking acquire. If we just de-draft the acquirer, this game goes so differently. Red's game is so much harder. So alas, six pick acquire even revised. You can't. Yeah, I mean to be clear, it was wrong. You think basket care with parlor is right? Correct. Yeah, exactly. I first picked cart parlor. So first picking cart parlor, acquire is like not really acquire or cart parlor is like not that synergistic, but basket carrier cart parlor is pretty synergistic. So I don't regret that at all. I do think that was pretty damn correct. Oh hey, purple's not renovated. Oh, so the reno queue is just wide open. So I get last action reno fence. Cool, cool. So yeah, I just take a veg. Veggie's a point. I'm rapidly running out of points, right? So just take a veg. Yeah, I'm left with single point actions. That part doesn't feel great. But I gotta try to beat Teal. Teal didn't build another stable? Wait, what? Why is Teal saving 2 wood? Why is Teal saving 2 wood? You could spend the extra wood into stables. It might just be too many actions. Why isn't? You want to set up a double build with Parlor anyhow. You could just spend the wood. I think it's too many actions. How am I gonna set up acquirer and set up cart parlor and then build rooms in stables and then still build rooms in the future with acquirer and then have the food? I don't think it makes. I don't think it's coherent, but Teal's gonna play the strawberry patch still. Teal is hoping to get star player because they still have strawberry patch in hand and they want to just save a wood for that. That probably is correct. That's probably why Teal saved a wood. Huge clay stack for red. Presumably red's just a tiebreaker actions, which to be fair, I think that is all I have left too. They need 2 veg fields. Well, Teal is getting Sobake, and then they're still going to try for Strawberry Patch, so if they get away with that, that pulls Teal up to 49 also. Oof. I might still be third here, everybody. It's a bummer. This was a pretty good game, but I guess we shouldn't be too shocked. I grew last with late growth Carpenter Parlor, even with the break of letting purple sneak in. I mean, what am I supposed to do here? Taking food seems reasonable, right? Taking food can't be that wrong. Because I still do need food here, unfortunately. Although I could eat a pig and a sheep. I guess I don't need food, huh? I could eat a pig and a sheep, don't lose any points. I can arbitrage myself, eat a grain, and then basket carrier it back. But 4 food's gotta be correct here, right? You think I want 2 food? So I should take the sheep? Yeah, let's restart this quick. I may as well basket carrier, because basket carrier is net food, right? So we eat a grain, pay for basket carrier. It would be sweet if I didn't have to actually pay for basket carrier, right? It would be better because I can just keep 8 grain on hand then. I'm eating a sheep, I'm eating a pig. That puts me up to 6 food. It's only 6 food. I'm gonna have to eat a point regardless. SP is definitely wrong. Unless you're telling me I'm fighting for second and I'm supposed to start player because it's minus a point for me and it's minus 2 points for Teal, but I don't know. I'm not doing that. I'm just gonna take 4 food. I'm just gonna take 4 food, let everybody else do what they want. I have Reno Fence last action, right? Yeah, I have Ren Fence last action, so. Alright. Red continues to take tiebreak. Red's gonna be at 52. I can't compete with 52. Teal is breeding. Oh, Teal just wants the sheep. Maybe I was supposed to take the sheep. I forgot the sheep was 2 points for them. That was bad. And that maybe was what Civ was hinting at. I did forget that this sheep was 2 points for them because of Loom. Yeah, that could be sad because now teal gets to breed 4 points actually, so they're gonna be at 49. House Steward gets played. Okay, well that is a different fox hunt though. Oh yes, please. Bookcase the House Steward. Hell yeah, let's go. Does that actually change who wins? I'm not sure, but it sure as hell gives us way more life than we deserved. Although, I mean, I knew about it at least. But, wowzers. I don't. Red has tiebreak on me. I don't think I can catch red, though, right? Yeah, I can't catch red, but God, I got way closer than I deserved. But yeah, I only breed 3 points here. Yeah. I only breed 3 points here, so I'm going to end at 51. But I at least beat teal this way. At least beat teal now, so that was a welcome present. You think I didn't need food? You think you did not need food? I took 4 food? Yeah, I did take 4 food. So maybe it was wrong to take food at all, because maybe I'm supposed to just eat all this grain. I'm probably supposed to just eat the grain, right? You forgot basket carrier. I mean, I don't have to basket carrier. It's not obvious to me that food was a point. I probably should have spent even longer working it out. Because. Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm not taking these beggars. Whoa, 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 whoa. All right. I have a pig and a sheep to eat. Kettle makes things weird. Yeah, I guess I haven't even considered kettling for points. I mean, it still doesn't matter. I'm 2 food short after taking 4 food. I have to eat points regardless. But yeah, I guess it looks like 4 food didn't matter. 4 food didn't matter, did it? Because now I'm gonna eat 2 grain anyhow, and I'm gonna wind up excess 4 food. Ah, shit. Yeah, that sucks. I mean, I guess I don't need to eat this grain, so I won't. But um, oh, whatever. I'll just eat it. It's fine. Doesn't matter. Oh no, undo or yeah, that step. That's it. Pay 10 food. There we go. Okay. Um. Okay. So yeah, the 4 food didn't matter. I'm 5 food over. I don't think I'm 5 food over. How am I 5 food over? I'm missing a food that you see. I'm 4 food over. I agree. You can eat. Oh, because if I'm gonna eat the grain, I'm allowed to eat the grain. Okay, you're right. So because of the kettle, I. Okay, yeah. So, so 4 food was a waste. Yeah, 4 food was a waste. So instead of that action, though, what could I have done? I could have single sheeped, but single sheep's not actually a point for me because if I don't 4 food, then I'm only then I yeah, the sheep's not a point either though. I don't know that I had a point left. Yeah, I don't know that I actively had a point, but I could have maybe denied somebody else points. Um, but yeah, red got to 52 as expected. We're still at 51. So I don't think I cost myself anything. I don't think I cost myself a win. I do think taking a sheep maybe was correct because it gave me a better chance of beating teal. Teal probably has Strawberry Patch in hand though, so like I don't even know that it mattered because they probably could play Strawberry Patch or take a sheep. Rain Seeds maybe. Um, given the way we're talking about food, Grain Seeds also not a point. Take a single grain instead of 4 food and convert grain to points. Oh, maybe that is the line. Wait a sec. I see. Maybe grain seeds because then I was able to. I might have been able to kettle 3 grain for a point on 4 food. That might have worked. Maybe. I mean, it turns out that I still just tie red and I lose tiebreak anyhow. So do the 3 grain conversion twice. I don't have that much. I don't have that much grain. I can't possibly do that. Well, okay. I mean, if they took grain, I still can't do that. I do think Paul is correct. I think taking single grain instead of the 4 food was correct. I do think that works. I agree. I think that does actually get one more point. I think that was the way to get to 52. I would have thought it got me to 49. Um, Now getting to 49 does matter because I would have beat like I guess yeah. I think I got bailed out by House Steward, so it wound up not mattering. But I think taking 4 food instead of single grain does should have could have cost me second could have cost me second versus third place. Now again, I'm lucky that it didn't. So that's nice, um but yeah, again also I think the real lesson there is acquire still matters as a card, and I should have just dedrafted it. If I just dedraft the acquirer, things are fine there. Um, wow, yeah, first pick cesspit task artisan, second pick animal husbandry worker sculpture course. That's pretty good. First picked that hedgekeeper. Wow. First picking hedgekeeper over animal husbandry worker is a choice. It's a choice that apparently wins games. So, I guess there's that. Third picking loom. What did they second pick? They second picked the breed registry over the loom. And they didn't even play the breed registry because they needed food. Yeah. They do have Strawberry Patch. So they do have Strawberry Patch in hand. So blocking sheep on them wouldn't have mattered. They would have just played Strawberry Patch. Now, it does turn out they probably should have just built a 4 stable, right? Like if they just build 4 stable and hope that they get single sheep anyhow, they also could have just had one more point though. I think them keeping a wood was wrong, or keeping wood was wrong. But you don't like Teal's draft. There's some interesting drafting decisions going on. Yeah. Um, you don't like Teal's draft. Wait, Teal's draft seemed fine. Wait, Teal's farming fan, right? Teal being farming fan. We don't like their draft. Oh wait a sec. They also have first pick champ breeder with cesspit. Uh, I'd be very tempted by first pick champ breeder cesspit, especially knowing Bayer's gonna come back around. I mean, the cows are still the tricky bit, but this draft was pretty loaded. I mean, we're at draft 9, so this is possible. Yeah, I don't know that I take Task Artisan here. I might take Champ Breeder and run Champ Breeder stuff with Cesspit. Yeah. The second pick's tough, but you don't pick the Animal Husbandry Worker. What are you taking? You're taking. What are you taking? You're taking the Tanner? Oh, you're taking the Tanner because you have a Cesspit. Yeah. Okay. You're taking Tanner because you have Cesspit. Sure. Yeah, if you first picked Champ Breeder here, oh my god, you first pick Champ Breeder and then you get an Acquirer third. Oof. Could have had. There would have been some hot shit going on there.
They do have an animal dealer, even. Interesting. Yeah, them not taking Champ Breeder really, they're really punished for not taking Champ Breeder. Anyhow, you take the Cultivator, you think, but maybe. The Cultivator's fine. I don't know. If you already have Champ Breeder in hand with that hand, though, I'd be very tempted by Acquire to just be able to acquire cows. Like, I don't know, right? We're talking like an 8-point Champ Breeder. Like, if my hand is Champ Breeder, Master Tanner, Acquirer, I'm just racing out 15 fences. I'm still growing, but I'm also getting like an 8-point Champ Breeder on top of my game. On top of having Cult of Cesspit? I don't know. That seems fine. Maybe I'm claiming I can do too much. I might be claiming I can do too much. I don't know. It's hard to say for sure. Anyhow, there was definitely some sick possibilities in this draft, and a lot of players' hands came together pretty well. I should have just cut Acquirer, and I think I would have outdrafted everybody to the point of winning. But I handed the piece that enabled Purple's game to actually come together. Without or not Purple's, Red's game, yeah. Without handing Red Acquire, I don't actually know that Red's hand is particularly good. Uh, yeah, I think I could have just stopped them from having a particularly good hand. 'Cause, yeah, they first pick Hedgekeeper Trellis. It's cute. It is cute, but I don't know that that's what I do. But then yeah, they don't they second pick Art Teacher. Oh yeah, see this is so wrong. This is so wrong. There's also a storeroom this draft. I've totally even forgot about the storeroom, but we're also second picking breed registry. I don't actually like breed registry that. Breed registry can be kind of cool, but you don't second picking breed registry instead of loom is really dubious to me. Loom is just a loom is definitely better, but anyhow, yeah, I don't like this player's draft very much. I don't like their draft very much at all, but they totally get away with it because I give them an Inquirer, and then their hand actually turns into something. But yeah, I heavily disagree with some of these decisions, but I'll grant that their gameplay was quite good. So fifth pick Tamer to sixth pick Inquirer, yeah. Breed Registry's neat, but over Loom, correct. I'm very with you on like that's pretty wrong. Breed Registry and Loom sort of say the same thing of like, hey, you'd rather not eat your sheep. But Loom says you can eat your sheep if you want to, and we're going to give you food for it. Yes, Loom does cost 2 wood, but I don't know. That flexibility is so worth it over the restrictions of Breed Registry. But um, hey, again, they can do what they want. So anyhow, thanks all for hanging out, chat. It's been good. Was the house steward by Purple king making? I mean, I don't. The question is always kind of nonsense to me. Like, there's a house steward in the game. Purple's allowed to play it. Like, I don't know. They're allowed to do what they want. They're allowed to play the card. It raised their score. Like, I don't know. Again, every action of the game like kind of raises somebody's score, hurts others. It's more obvious what house steward is doing because it's like they played it right at the end. But I don't know. Was it king making when purple let me jump them for growth? Maybe. Was it king making when in round 7 red did X action? Maybe. I don't know. Games players are allowed to make moves in games. Like king making's not a very interesting discussion to me most of the time. But oh, okay. Sorry. You're okay. Good. You're with me. You're with me. You're with me. King making arguments are mostly silly. I didn't pay enough attention to the smiley face. So thanks. Uh, sure. Sorry. Sarcasm on the internet's hard. Yeah, it's hard to catch. It's hard to capture. And also, to be clear, there are some gamers that are way too uppity about king making. So exactly, I see too many complaints on the freaking BGA forums or BGG forums about this or that, and yeah, I guess yes. Fundamentally, Civ's basically summed up where I'm at too. Of like, the only time kingmaking is a problem is when somebody is actively trying to make somebody else win without caring for their own winning goals. Like that's a bit of a bummer, but like anyhow, at the end of Agricola games, you're reasonably often put in positions where like you know you're fourth, and no matter what you do, you're fourth, and that's the game we play, and we have to accept that players in those positions can kind of do whatever they want. Everybody saw House Stewart in the draft too, so like especially in this case, I don't feel that bad about it because like it was known a House Stewart could get played. So in Purple's defense too, they waited until they made sure I wasn't going to build another room. So, uh, but anyhow, that was a lot of blabbing about stuff that doesn't really matter. Yeah, slight bummer to not get the win, but again, we cost ourselves a bit by doing some things, and you know, late growth was not ideal given that we first picked a cart parlor. So, but that was a pretty fun game. Still, we got to do some cool things. Got to use a lot of the cards that we wanted to. We pulled together largely the game plan we wanted. A little short on fields, if anything, really. Pretty happy we got those plows in round 1 and 2 because yeah, we did not have time to get the plows in anywhere else in the game. So that was the main thing that cost us actually, is not having more fields. Having more fields to just points for fields and points to put our crops in is kind of actually the main thing we're missing here. If we had just a few more actions this game, definitely could have got a few more points with a few more fields, but it's the way it goes. All right, thanks everybody for hanging out and chatting. It's been a good time. Um, and yeah, I'm gonna head off here, but I might get another stream in this weekend. I have some time this weekend, not that many plans. But yeah, otherwise looking forward to WBC. Definitely see you there, Average Joe. Super, definitely looking forward to that. But yeah, I'm gonna head off here for the rest of the day. See y'all around. Later. Bye.